Good morning, everyone. This is my first class with you after the break. I hope that all of you are well and healthy. So, your semester 3 honors classes would be beginning from today, and right at the outset, I would like to tell you what are the texts I'd be doing with you. So, in the honors course, you have 3 papers in semester 3. In CC5, I'll be doing, there is American literature. So, in CC5, I'll be doing with you Sylvia Plath's poem Daddy, and also the short novel by Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea, that you already know because I had informed you. And today I'll be giving you a short introduction on American fiction, and if possible I'll try to accommodate some notes or some biographical data on Ernest Hemingway also. Now in CC6, which is of course popular literature, I'll be doing with you only one text, that is Sukumar Rai's Abol Tabol, the nonsense rhymes translated by Satyajit Ray. So that is the text I'll be doing from CC6. Moving on to CC7, there also I'll be doing only one text, and that is John Milton's Paradise Lost, Book 1. So these are the texts that I'll be doing with you from your honors course. Now you have another paper in ACCA2, and in ACCA2 you have got this section on, I think this is business communication in ACCA2, and here I'll be actually doing with you writing email, which carries 15 marks. So these are some of the papers actually which I'd be taking up with you. Now let us now move on to Ernest Hemingway, and before we move on to the text and to the writer in particular, I would like to give you an idea about the post-World War I American novel. Just a little bit of introduction. And the American novel in the 1920s, where you will find some of the earlier novels of Ernest Hemingway, and of course there are other writers also. And then I will move on to a short biographical sketch on Ernest Hemingway. Now, the post-war novel dominated the American scenario in the 1920s, and this actually became a kind of a symbol or a metaphor for a kind of a world which has become totally unfamiliar and which has become beyond recognition. And this is exemplified in Hemingway's novel The Sun Also Rises, which was published in 1926. And you will find in many of the poems, the novels during this time in America, these pictures of a kind of a twisted and unfamiliar world is portrayed. For example, in T.S. Eliot's The West Land, which is a very famous novel, Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, published in 1925, and William Faulkner's Soldier's Pay. So, in the realm of literature, we can find realism and naturalism was these two movements. They were slowly yielding place to the avant-garde, the experimental, and the bohemian. And this sort of was in keeping with the mass exodus of the American writers to Paris. And we'll find, of course, certain echoes of this in the writings of Scott Fitzgerald, William Faulkner, Ernest Hemingway, and in some of the other American novelists during this period. Now, if we go to Ernest Hemingway, we can firstly see that he was another writer who had gone to Paris, and in the 1920s, Hemingway was very deeply involved with his time. He called his first work In Our Time, which was published in 1925. This was a collection of short stories which presented violence, pain, and death, as well as the courage and endurance of our time. And here, for the first time, we get to see the famous Hemingway style, that is, with its verbal economy, control, and precision. So, right from the beginning, Hemingway demonstrated his signature style. And of course, later on in his other novels, this became more prominent.